going on, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. I am here. Just trying to gather some last minute screws.
We needed to build a website, but I have no knowledge of websites whatsoever. WordPress.com allows us to...
This was an ad playing. Welcome, hello. Wiley 3D, how are you, sir? Welcome to the stream. Dayton stopped in and let me know that I had a clerical error right from the get-go. I know something didn't look right when I was making it, you know, the thumbnail, and I was like, man, does that look right? And it didn't look right. Hello, Ron. Welcome, welcome. Glad you can make it. Hi, Paul. Good evening. So you guys requested it. I put it out there. Most of the people replied with a live stream, so I'm here to put my Igus bearings, and I figured while I was at it, I would add a little bit of a Z height to my printer, and I'll explain that why I'm doing that here when I get over there. But well, I'll show you. I should say I can explain it. Minnesota Maker, welcome, welcome. Now they advertise the monoprice Maker Select as a 220 by 220 by 180 with the stock extruder on the machine, which I have one that's basically stock. The only thing that I did do like the hot end, but it didn't change the way it's set up. And you cannot get it to 180 degrees or 180 millimeters. You actually are more like 150 or 140, 43, I think it is. But that being said, I have the Titan extruder on, and that actually has taken away even more of my space trying to get this set up. So I actually, in my profile, I only have this thing set up for 140 millimeters tall. So and also the other thing is my X has been reduced because of that extruder. So I'm actually 195 on my X, 220 on my Y, and then 140 on my Z. There's a model on Thingiverse I found, and it's literally just these two plates, 8 screws. I got to unscrew a couple of screws and put these in place, and I'm going to gain 43 millimeters. So I figured while I had it all apart and everything, it would be a good opportunity to do it. Now, that being said, I've been trying on my other computer where all my slicer profiles and everything is to open up my slicer for almost a half hour now, and it is not opening. I was planning on slicing up a model and having it almost done by the time I started the live stream. That way we could kind of do a before and after. But like I said, my computer is not cooperating. Bear with me for a second here. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. So anyways, do want to say that the correspondence between me and the filament provider for the giveaway has been made. Not everybody responded to the email to place their prize. I don't want to say I'm cruel when I say this, but I'm not chasing after somebody to give them a roll of free filament. Here it is. All you got to do is provide my information. But that being said, the provider has asked for me to ask you winners that when you get your stuff and you're printing, post up some of your prints and make sure that you tag it with Strong Heroes so that kind of gets the word out and everything. I guess between the last two filament giveaways, there wasn't a lot of growth, I guess. I'm not sure, but just to make them happy. Make me happy too that, oops, if you guys, print with the stuff and then just show it off. All right, I'm just trying to find a bunch of screws here. I know I've got them. It's just a matter of locating it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, long ones for them. Actually, I probably need to make sure I got long ones for all of them. I got to, just so you can see what I'm digging in. I got a huge. Now, when I ordered this, and it's 3, 4, 5, and 6 millimeter screws. And when I got it, it was in an envelope. I ordered it from Amazon, and it was, well, let's just say I had loose screws everywhere. The entire box had opened up inside, and they were all shuffled. And since then, I have not had any type of organization for my screws. Anywho, still can't get this thing to load. Something's going on. It kind of upsets me because I don't really have a good backup plan or backup of my recent FFF files for my simplified 3D. And this computer is not performing either one of, I've been having computer problems. Hello, Tony. What's going on? We got John just joined the chat too. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. I said I'm for the purposes of demonstration to not only to myself but to the community. I would like to be able to do a before and after, even if, not everybody's going to watch this video, but, it would be nice to see, nothing really, Tony. I'm just getting started. I'm trying to find some screws, but I'm trying to, I would like to be able to demonstrate what the bearings are capable of. I was going to print a benchy, but that's like an hour-long print, and I figured I could print a little ahead of time, and that way when it was time to stream, it would be like, by the time I'm done chatting here, it's only been 10 minutes since I started the stream, but by the time I was done, BSing and gotten my stuff all together, it would be done. We would have it set aside for comparison. So I'm still going to try to, it won't be a benchy, but I do have a print idea, just a simple little print, just so I could have a verification from the verificator that everything is working right. So just trying to get this simplified 3D up and running here. So anyways, let's see. I was going to order some of the rainbow filament soon too. Yeah, I would like to get my hands on some of that. I do know somebody that did get some of it, and the only thing he wasn't, I guess I could say, completely satisfied with was that it took a little bit longer than he was hoping for the actual colors to transition. So, but he wasn't printing anything with like a solid infill or anything. He was doing like a base mold type of thing. So it was, I think that if there was a lot of infill taking up some of the filament, he would have seen a little bit. But yeah, I'm curious. But even if you guys do, you know, especially if you're getting it, you know, because I've introduced you to it, you know, tag me up on the Facebook or, you know, the Instagram or whatever you're putting it on so that I can see it and Tommy can see it and he knows that I have done my part in passing the word along that, you know, and here's the thing, guys, you know, and I'm going to be honest and I'm going to be straight because I got nothing to benefit from. You know, I'm not in a deal with anybody. I've had a couple companies that have become fond of me and send me some stuff, and I become fond of them, and this, that, and the other. But all push come to shove, you know, there's a store right downtown, you know, right in the next town over that sells filament. Push come to shove, I'm going to what is easiest to get at, and that I know is consistent and is reliable and is going to print. And that's what I would just expect for you guys is, you know, explore, find something that, you know, that you like and that's reliable and that you can afford and is available when you need it, and stick with it, you know, unless you like trying different things. But like, and my dilemma now is that I have filament to review. I have stuff that I've been sent, and it's just waiting for, you know, time to come around before I could do something. But at this point, color doesn't matter. What's going to matter to me is if it's going to print, the quality of the print, and whether or not it's going to melt out of my mold. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, and for the people that are here right now and listening, you know, I love 3D printing. I love what it's capable of. I love what I'm capable of. Jim Carter, if you guys know him throughout the 3D printing communities, he is like a super active member of the community, and he comes to me for designs and stuff, like, you know, just something that he can't tackle. And no, you're not the only one that's saying that it's lag, because I'm getting some errors myself. Dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. Hey, Simplified 3D is opened. Let me make sure that a bunch of stuff is turned off. I can help my internet signal. All right, is that a little bit better? Like I said, I've been having computer problems, but anyways, I am up and I am going to 20. No, I don't want to do. 20 millimeter test cube. That's all I'm going to do is just a 20 millimeter test cube. And yeah. All right. So anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah. Lost PLA. Okay. So I love, my passion is all of it. I like making stuff. I like coming up with solutions. I like doing something creative, and I have the means and the access to melt aluminium and make a solid object out of it. And when it evolved from being able to just cut out a piece of foam and make it into a piece of metal by putting it in a piece of sand, that was great, you know. But then when hey, I'm in the middle of a live stream. Everything okay? Okay, are you home? You gonna be up for a little bit? All right, I'll call you as soon as I'm done. All right, love you too, kid. Bye. When he calls, he's my only son, so he calls. You know, I gotta answer. So, anywho, let's see. So, anyways, I've got sand. I've got okay. I've got sand. I could do lost or sand casting. You know, there's plenty of videos out there to review, and I've viewed. I trust me, guys. When I'm not working and I'm not trying to plan a video, I'm just kind of relaxing. My relaxing is watching YouTube. And I research things. I'm learning how to edit videos. I'm learning how to do sandcast, and I'm checking out things on the 3D printing. I have channels that I keep a regular basis on and watch their videos as they come up, every time they come up. So I'm committed to the YouTube world, and just because I'm here now. You know, it's almost 2 years now I've been a YouTube content creator, and talking and doing two things at the same time. So finally got my slicer open. Just gonna go. All right, just so you know, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slice this, and we're gonna print it, and then I'm going to print the same exact file after the bearings. So let me just finish what I'm doing here. See if I can get this thing up and running. 45. Okay, it says it's a 17-minute print, but I'm thinking more it's going to be like a 30-minute print or a 25-minute. But all it is a couple bottoms, a couple shells, and then now you can't watch way too much YouTube. You know, I mean, if you're learning and you're getting something out of it, then shoot. All right, I've been ramping at the jaw. I see you guys been chatting. Yes, I'm using the monoprice Maker Select. This guy is my pretty much my go-to printer. And it just, every time I print something on it, it pretty much just rams right through it, you know? Give me a second here. I got to concentrate. Yes, I know it already exists. Even there. Let's open you. It's model I want. Let's see. I am using Simplified 3D. I am a Simplified 3D owner. I figured when I got into this, I was going to do it. I was going to do it right, you know, and I wasn't going to get the benefit of the best if I didn't get the best. So life. Just going to switch views here for a second because I'm going to lose camera feed on that. So bear with me for a second, guys, as I try to finalize this. Yeah. My Hey, there you go. And also, I just want to share with you guys, this is a new device that I got. I don't know if anybody knows what that is. I haven't had a cigarette since 12 o'clock this afternoon. Thank you very much. What's going app pupil 3D or printing in 3D? That's an interesting name, apt pupil. Yep. See that? Got one left in there, and it's been sitting there since noon. I got to a job a little early. Right across the street was a smoke shop. I was watching a video that somebody sent me yesterday or the other day. I watched it, and I ended up just walking across the street and dropping a little bit of money, which I'm gonna anyways, and I'm gonna give it a shot, guys. I don't like the way I feel right now. Not at all. All right, I finally got a file loaded up. I got to get this guy warmed up. I'm going to change the filament, add the filament. We're going to load it up and print out a little cube. And now the reason that I'm printing this cube, and let me see if I can. I'm hoping I can get this at the right angle. Okay, see those lines? See that? How it's stuttering like that? Now I printed this so it was like this. So when this angle and this angle were printing, both the X and the Y were simultaneously moving versus just the X moving or just the Y moving in one direction. They were moving at the same time. Okay, and I believe it's my bearings that I don't know if I can catch this or not, but There is a little bit of wiggle back and forth. All right, which I know that these things have been worn out a little bit, or I have some loose screws, which I've known that for a long time. But on the bed of my printer, I think there's some loose screws, but they're PLA printed bearings. I did 2 videos on putting these guys on. I printed them both times. I printed them on the Delta back there. The first time I went with a piece of threaded rod in the end of my drill, and I just put the bearing in my vise, and I just went to town, and I ended up taking too much out. So I ended up printing the second one and did a second video, and you know, it's all content, right? So anyways, welcome, Brian. Hi, Brian. Brian. Love you, Brian. How are you, sir? Rover's in the house. What's going on? So anywho, this thing is just about up to temp. Let me get this filament out. I mentioned that I did buy enough of these to actually be able to do like the beds of 3 different printers, which I will probably end up doing. Yeah, you go. There you are. Okay. Like I said, I'll probably end up doing Yolanda, my other Maker Select, as well as my ANET. I'm still not sure whether or not it's printing so good right now. I haven't printed in a while. I was actually gonna dust it off and take it out of the corner and make a video, but let's see, Rover, you're making a joke. I missed it. Let me see. Hi everyone. I meant a wrench. Yes, I mean a wrench. I've been up too long, Rover. Made me a wrench. Had to keep up appearance. Hee. I got a wrench. It's been 3D printed. It says it right on it. Ta-da! Anyhow, distracted me, Rover. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to press the print button on this. It says it's going to take 19 minutes. So for the next 19 minutes, we'll watch this thing print. And come on. Let's get my face out of the way a little bit. There we go. All right, so let's see. ANET's rock. I love my, yeah, I'll tell you, man. I cut my teeth with the ANET, and I have I don't know how well you can see in the small camera, but this is PETG And this is one of the last things that I printed on the ANAT with no stringing, nothing. This is a design for a, this is 1/2-inch pipe, stuff I had left over. Leftover pipe, so I was gonna, screw it to underneath of my lax table and put a piece of pipe across for filament holder, spool holder. All right, so this is gonna print. It's gonna calibrate itself first. You have a question. Are you using a Melzi board or a ramps board? Okay, both. You haven't been watching my videos, but that's okay. This is Mo, my monoprice maker select. Mo, spelled M-O-W, for like you mow your yard. And the reason is because he was purchased at a yard sale. It had the Melzi board in it. It was burnt up, and that sparked my whole ramps conversion series that I have out, where I designed a board for a ramps and a MOSFET that you can mount the two boards together and put it inside the case. It's on Thingiverse, just in case you didn't know. But so that's got a ramps board in it. But my other monoprice maker select has a Melzi board in it that I put the MOSFET in it pretty much since day one. We're still running the stock firmware in it, and I think prints like a dream. The only thing right now is that I've been having Pi issues. Whether it's a Pi or a power supply for Pi, but Mo here actually like failed right in the middle of where is it? It's not that one. But I got like right to the head of a sorceress, and it just quit. And I couldn't log on to it through the internet or anything like that. And I ended up like doing a little troubleshooting, and I got looking at the LED lights, and the red light just kept going on, and then it'd go off, and it'd go on, and then it'd go off. So I ended up swapping out the power supply, and everything went good from that point. So, Loner, hey, Sean's in the house. What's going on, buddy? I think Brian, I think you sent me a picture of your ANAT before. I'm not sure, but I think so. You guys are talking about glow in the dark. I just got through printing all that glow in the dark stuff, and I've been printing Tesla stuff, and I don't have any problem with it. So, Rover, I do have the Marlin files. I have all my Marlin files for, or all three of my printers: the Piper, my CR10, and no, four of my printers. So my CR10, the Piper, Mo here, and my Delta are all running custom versions of Marlin that I started from, took a raw example and just made all the changes myself. So I do have them on my Google Drive, and I will share them with you if you're interested in it. So it is got the probe settings on it, but I can also help you out with a custom build if you needed it. So I have one monoprice maker select with a ramps board and can't get the board flashed. You can't get the ramps board flashed. Well, you would have to elaborate as to the issues that you're having with it. So, Sean, been making a bunch of spools, trying to figure out how to pigment. So, Sean, are you actually working for that guy with the stuff that you sent me? Yeah, Rover, send me an email and what you're doing, and we'll hook up and I'll take care of you, buddy. It's what it's all about, sharing and empowering. And I'll tell you what, guys, if you don't have a auto bed leveling sensor on your printer, you don't know what you're missing out on. One of the most confident things that I'm going to do about this whole upgrade that you're about to witness during this live stream is the fact that I don't have to level my bed after I'm done. Nope. It's great. Actually, I'm going to gain a little bit more because as you see right there in the corner where the bed leveling knob is, right here, there's actually some springs in there that I'm going to be removing and adding the appropriate amount of washers in order to keep that bottom plate and my heated bed separated enough, but I'm going to gain a couple millimeters there because I'm going to ditch them springs while I'm at it. So, but anywho, 15 people working with, not for currently. He's a one man working with. Okay. Sweet. All right, Rover, I'll check it. Which one did you send it to? Did you send it to insidethemindofmatt.com or gmail.com? This is Mango, by the way. Well, if you guys want an idea what he's talking about, is there is a company that has been developed, all right, and this is the story how it is, all right. This guy gets into 3D printing, all right. Filament's expensive, He got a bunch of failed prints because he's still learning how to do it. He wants to reuse his filament. So what's he do? He tries to figure out how to grind it down and reuse it. He's not successful with the makeshift stuff that he's got, so he goes and he spends a couple thousand, tens of thousands of dollars on equipment, and now he is making filament right here in the United States. He sent me 2 rolls. I've got to print some stuff with it, but American-made stuff, right? I like the name too. It's Fusion. But anyways, I got some of it. I will be printing with it. It's called Fusion. This is the blue. And this is heavy water blue. Heavy water. I just watched a video about that. And this is reactor red. And this is HTPLA. So it's high temperature. So this is not going to be used for lost PLA casting. So .com. Yes, thank you. Okay, anyways, so the messed up thing is, like, I'm going to try to show how bad this thing, it's not printing bad at all. That's the key about this whole thing. I'm doing this upgrade only because I've had this artifact in my prints since almost day one, with these bearings that I just want to finally be over this. And the only other thing would be to actually replace them with the stock bearings that they came with, and then I'm just going to eventually have the same problem. So yes, it's US based. Yeah, Sean, if you want to, well, I'm going to be doing a review on it. So and all it is, he just sent me a couple rolls. I'm going to print with it. I have no affiliate. I have nothing. So, but I will be providing a link in that. I just need a good project. Actually, now that I think about it, this is what this is all about. Getting those creative juices flowing. I just got an idea for what I can do with that. So maybe I'll be able to print it. Oh, here it is. So yeah, this is when my pie quit, right there. Made me so mad. But it does print nice. I'm just trying to get it to print just a little bit better. So let's see what else we got. What we sold out of the blue and the red already? Yeah, what's the website, Sean? Is it Fusion? I hate the term HTPLA. Makes me think it's regular PLA with high temperature properties. Oops. That's all right, Brian. I still have both emails. Premium resin compared to the Chinese stuff. Fusion filaments with the .com and with a dot and a com. Fusion filaments. Rainbow. Yeah, you know what I really would like to get my hands on is that 3-colored stuff. What the hell was that? Filablend? They were at Murph, and that was pretty cool. I suggested a red, white, and blue, and they did. I got no credit. All right, so we are just over halfway of our height. Sean, do you know if they have a plan on making PETG at any point, or any of the other filaments, or is he sticking with PLA? Yeah, sorry about that, Ron. Let's see if I can. Man, OBS just like kills this computer, man. It just drags it horribly. Let's see. Can I get any cooperation whatsoever in this world today? Nothing's been wanting to cooperate with me. Oh, let's see, where are we? Community. Channel. Live stream. See if I can fix that for you. This world is moving slow. You ever notice that, like, when you're in a hurry, like nobody else is, but like whenever you're not really in a hurry, everybody else is? It's crazy. Let's see, I want to pause you, but I want participants. I want to, where did you go? Now, I'm not sure how to do this. Community settings. Hey, there we go. Where? No, it's not got that. How about now? How about now? Say something, Ron, would you? No, I can't. I want 24 karat, 24 karat gold filament for $20 a kilo. Well, it's gold. Hang on. $24 karat gold. Could you imagine an extruder that would get that hot that it would be able to print like a solid metal? Let's see, what am I missing here? I find PETG marginally better than HDP. It's better. PETG melt in my car. Gotta use ABS or. Yeah, that's why I see a piece of aluminum ain't gonna melt in your car. What you want? What you want? You want aluminum? What you want? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm telling you. So back to the discussion that I started. Well, this thing is almost done, about lost PLA casting. The reason I'm doing lost PLA casting instead of sand casting, I could do sand casting and get, ordinary shapes and things that I have to cut in half and make, 2 parts. But first off, the extra effort that I got to go through to slice up a part, sometimes, that's a pain in the butt sometimes, okay? Only sometimes. But on the other hand is that there's no way I'm going to cast this in sand, So in order to be able to get objects of anything that your imagination can possibly think of and you can 3D print it, I want to be able to make a mold, and melt some metal. So that's my goal. You know, there's going to be some sand casting in there too. You know, I haven't perfected that, but you know, once again, that's investment too, because you know I got one box, you know, and that don't fit everything, and sometimes it's too much, and sometimes it's not enough. So, you know, either you know, getting a bunch of different molds or just having the extra materials to be able to screw a new mold together at any point in time that I want, it's an investment as well. So regardless, this is an investment that I'm making into this in order to get something out of it, which is eventually it will be a marketable product that I can 3D print and then make something into a piece of metal that I can sell. You know, somebody can get a custom something. Want a custom shift knob or shift knob for your truck? Done. You want a replacement part for your whatever, you know? Boom, done. So, but in order to get to one stage to the next, there's a bunch of experimentation that's going to have to be done until I figure this out. I believe that, you know, like, yeah, I'm just grabbing something that's, you know, something like this where it's blocky. I think this will cast up fine. You know, it's where you're getting into little tiny grooves and details and stuff that you're trying to capture those details. That's where, yeah, I don't know. I'm still working on it. Now, I don't know if you guys watched Joel Telling's video. He went to the actual place where they are. I think the only place at the time that they were beta testing was out in Seattle, but this thing would print metal, but it was just dust, and it would mix it with the. It would actually print its support material would be the sand. As it's printing layer by layer, it would print sand, and you know I don't know if you guys watched that or not. And then you fire the crucible, and boom, you take it out, and you got a metal object inside of that. That would be cool. For $5,000, you know. All right. Just checking it. But as you see, switch cameras here. It's not horrible. But, I mean, it's just a cube. So we're going to set that aside and we'll just make a comparison after the fact. But yes, metal powder laying and then it's cinders in the kiln. Yes, and I have a kiln now. You know, I still have a little bit of that filament too, but I don't have any of the black magic powder. So I might think about, you know, ordering some of that and hitting those guys up and see about finishing the sintering process of that. What the hell was it? Virtual Foundry. There we go. All right, so let me take another drag of my vape. I'm a vapor. I was coughing all day with this thing, though. I don't know if you guys first get into this. Whew. It's almost as harsh as a cigarette, but what's it saying? Let's see what's happening. If you're trying to put a link or anything in your chat, then it probably isn't going to let you. So. All right, let's see. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Video output low. Let's see. What am I going to do here? Okay, you guys are watching. You use hip. All right, so I'm not getting that error anymore. See, it's coming back up. 58%. So video, sound, everything's good. You guys can hear me okay and all that? Because I'm getting a skipped frame detected 58% a minute ago. Show. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Nerf Girls 3D Printing. Welcome. How are you? What are you trying to say to me? I wish you could get the message across. Just type it in without tagging me. See if that works. But I'm going to get started on this. Now, it's pretty easy to get this bed off. You guys have never done this before. There's 2 screws in the front. There's a grub screw on the top where this rail goes in on the front and back. I'm going to loosen these. Loosen the grub screw on the front and the back, and this whole thing will slide right out. Before I do that, let me put my X up. Get him out of the way. And then these are the parts that I'm going to add to. So I'll have to take these 4 bolts out, 2 over on this side, and then this whole rail is going to come up. This will get marked or mounted on the side. The new holes here will be for the upper part, and there'll be a huge separation. So I'm gonna gain several, and then these will just go right back into the same spot. So we'll do one thing at a time. We'll start with this. See if y'all can see me good enough. Now, so I got my bearings. These are the stock holders. These fit right inside of them. So I'll have to unscrew everything, and you'll see. Let's get into this. Loosen there. Loosen there. Now, another thing, just for chat purposes, this is a first generation of the Maker Select. Yolanda is a second generation, and some of the changes or one of the changes that affects me doing the X carriage is the access to these little grub screws. Let's see, I'm going to take this off here for a second. Show you guys. There went my screws. Damn it all. So if you see here where this goes in, on the second generation, there's actually a hole up here that I can stick my wrench right down inside it and then get it at that grub screw. With the first generation, I've got to be able to get all the way up into there, so I'm not messing with it. At this point, those bearings are good, so I'm just going to leave them as they are. So. Doesn't want to come loose. There we go. Out comes one rod. Out comes the second rod. Let me remove this glass. Let's see what he's saying. No link in the, let's see. Show, what are you there doing there, Rover? Nerd Girl 3D printing. No link in the message, just trying to, having trouble send message to individuals in the chat. Oh, are you on a mobile device or are you on a regular device, a computer? If you're on a mobile device, I've noticed that it's hard to actually tag people. I give you freedom, Springs. Hopefully that'll sit there. Behave itself. I got a spring in my sock. Okay, time to get this plate off now. Those are on there tight. Oh, don't do that. Some of you in this chat also might know me as Jessica Ryan. Oh, hi, Jessica Ryan. This is your new YouTube channel. I have set up for 3D printing, and I'm new, and I'm still ironing out some kinks. Cool. Hi, Jessica. I know you. So, yeah, I'll check it out, and I'll definitely subscribe to your channel. Just make sure you put some good stuff out. I met you guys at Math. Okay, I gotta find the right one right here. Come on. That's not it. There's a good one. Oh, yeah. That's so nice. They were tight. But I think this one right here, yeah, there's my culprit. Those guys right there were loose. More freedom. How's it going, Paul? It's going. Okay, see you later, buddy. Talk to you soon. Yes, they're dry line bearings. That's the company that makes them. Igus Bearings. Okay, so the bed is free. I've got to sit down, get comfortable here. Bring the guy around so see what I'm doing. So this is what I printed and installed. And they've been working for, I don't know how long ago it was that see, all of these are kind of loose, so. But I think that was part of the problem, was trying to get them lined up right so that my movement wasn't hindered. I ended up leaving them a little bit loose, but either way, now I'm going to a real bearing. These guys have worked in a pinch, but One Raz, welcome. Hey, One Raz, you weren't here earlier, but I just wanted to ask you a favor, that once you do get your filament from Strong Hero, that you just anything you print with it, just post it up so everybody can see. Make sure you tag it, thanking them, whatever. Just kind of give them a little promotion, a little kick. And they did give me 30 rolls. Can you believe that? Trying to get all of these holes centered up just nice and right. So one of Tony, he was in here earlier. Tony got hooked up, like a couple of you guys, with a 3D printing pen. Anybody that was in my friends list that I knew did 3D printing, I hit him up once I won that. Tony was one of them, and one of the first videos that he made for his channel was a review of said pen. And as a result, they like gave him a couple of pens. Well, I had jammed mine, and then so I took it apart, and there's two little tiny buttons that are, plastic buttons that kind of, from the shell push the buttons on the little board. Well, they fell out, and they're somewhere on my floor. And because I have so much stuff going on in here, they're just so small I can't find them. So I haven't messed with my pen. Well, I told Tony about that, and once he got all the pens, he sent me a pen. But he sent me 2 pens. And my girlfriend saw the package come in the mail and asked what was in it, and so I showed her. And she commandeered it. No, I gave it to her, but cussing because I lose it. Yeah, it's like I just dropped it. Where the heck could it be? But as I was saying, that she kind of commandeered one of those pens, and well, my girlfriend has some hidden talents, which I've gotten to see over the years, but she is an extremely artistically talented human being, and she can draw really, really good. So I'm anticipating her coming up with some really cool creations with that 3D pen, and I told her if she does, then she's got to let me make a video of it. So anybody else out there get a pen? You got a pen from me, didn't you, Sean? I know Ron got a pen, didn't you? Did you get your pen, Ron? "3D printing hot glue, huh?" Speaking of that, I got something to show. I haven't broken out of its package yet, but I'm wondering how that'll work, huh? Uno más. Rod, I thought you got a pen. Did you not respond back to me when I was sending the pens out? I'm going to have to check my messages. Yes, that's the pen I was talking about, Rover. And they actually, the ones that they sent him are different. But it's a cool little premise. I didn't try it with for hot gluing yet, but what I tried was to put some regular filament in it instead of just the stuff that it came with. And it didn't work. And it got jammed, and I ended up having to, like I said, I took it apart, and it's actually just like sitting right here. It's like a tattoo gun. But it's got a little motor on it, and I thought maybe it'd be fun to try to mess with. You know, hook it up to an Arduino or something. Okay. Let's go back over here. Hopefully, everything will line right up. Nice tight fit. I did try to print a certain kind of bearing that would fit in to these, but they worked good, but there was nothing keeping them in the actual holder, so I didn't like them. Little broke screw won't open for me. Come on. I don't like the way that. It's the correct size. It's the same one. That fits better. I think I used that glue or that Allen wrench to like push down inside of my nozzle once or twice, and I think there's like some plastic stuck on it or something. Get in your hole. Ah. What do we got? I'm gonna have done plastic welding myself. If you're going to use it, you might need to do this outside. Yeah, definitely. Make sure you also have a good face mask. Yeah, I got a nice gas mask that was sent to me. But I love the smell of PLA in the morning. That was another one of my thoughts as far as the casting goes. That if I got some of that stuff that you actually like can polish it in like a polishing machine, kind of like vapor smoothing. I wonder what the effects, the surface quality of a lost casting of that would be. That would be sweet. Maybe one of these days. I knew I was going to have to do this. With some slight binding. I centered them up on the holes, but printer has other ideas. Oh, that's smooth though. PLA ones never did that. The delicate balance right here between getting one of them cocked and one of them not. I liking it. All right, let's see what's going on. What's up, people? You doing? How you doing? Still on it, folks. We are going on 10.5 hours. I haven't gone that long without a cigarette in more than 5 years. Unless I slept in really late. Okay, here we go. So now I need to get a couple of washers to separate my bed. Which actually I can do with some nuts. I think I'll do that. These nuts! Just gotta find where I put them. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm adding a couple of nuts in place of the springs, because I've got the bed sensor on there, so I don't really have to level my bed, tram my bed. That might be enough right there. Let's see, I am running more than 1.1.9 on this. I did try to set up the advanced, linear advance, and I think I mentioned it in one of my live streams that it took like 8 hours and I only got like this much of the Benchy print, and it was the worst Benchy that I have ever, it was like printing at like 2 millimeters per second. It was so slow. Oh, you know what I gotta do before I go any further? I want to check my height before I go further.
Oh, that's nice. That's very nice.
But I do have to hook up my belt. Not the easiest thing to do. Oh, you know what I gotta do this. I've been meaning to do something else. I just remembered. Haha. Got this clip over here on this belt that gotta reverse its direction. Come on. Yeah. Yay! Now I have all my clearance redone. Alright, we're gonna see what happens. Had that problem once before, and I'm gonna fix it right now. Little body modification. Alright, well, there's only one way to find out, but I'm not done yet. Hang on. What are you rushing me for? I'm not trying to rush you. Let's go, let's get it done. Talking to myself, by the way. Strong here are going to ship from USA or overseas. They have stock in the USA. And if you didn't order something that was in stock, you will not get it. Yeah. Alright, so that's that. I like that. Alright, so now we gotta do, we're gonna do this now. So, I've got to get a screwdriver. This should be fairly quick and fairly easy. And the only other thing I gotta do, I gotta figure out if I can enter some G code in, change my printer parameters, or if I've gotta go through and flash the whole thing again, which really won't make too much bearing except for my PID tuning. So I can't remember if I did one or not. Because what I had done before is I had taken my old PID tunings and my E-step calculation, and I recorded them, and I made sure that they were entered into my new software. So, or my new firmware, I should say. Okay. I just got to verify which side is which. Because there is a left and a right. That looks like good. So it comes right out just like that. Okay, so in order to make this work, delicate balance between good and bad. Who will win? Need some hair on it. Whoa, 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 calm down there, Sally. That side's come down. Come on, where are you? Okay, that's that. I lied. I said it was going to be easy. I lied. Come on. Okay, got one hole in. Gotta go around for a second. See what's happening. Tricky. What's happening over here? Anything? Not a lie, just an alternative truth. Advanced voice recognition. Should have said shipping overseas. I don't know. Okay. Just need one hole to line up. It's coming out of this hole. I already just killed the whole thing. There we go. This little screw's kicking my ass. Holy crap. I'm starting to sweat here. Oh, lordy, lordy. Through that hole. There we go. Yay! I'm not gonna lie, that was a little bit of a struggle. Yeah, that was a struggle, I'm not gonna lie. Well, I believe that part of it is because I got tension on these, and it is just pushing them out of place. Here we go. Now we're gonna move on to the side. Let's see what we got going on. What's going on? Got a sledgehammer? Yes. If at first you don't succeed, use a bigger hammer, right? Got a serious question. Well, there should be no overseas because I missed that was being talked about. Could have been the filament giveaway. Not sure. All right. Now I'm gonna do is just bolt these guys onto the side. Okay. What did I do with my Allen wrench? Okay. One. Sorry, I'm concentrating. We're not talking much, but it's gotta go. I got it all tight. I need to loosen it. That's fun about 3D printers, isn't it? There's no channel manual for these things. You gotta figure this stuff out for yourself. Dun, 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 dun. slightly don't match up. Slightly don't match up. What do you do when they slightly don't match up, guys? Well, I got a solution. But I have to take this out to the garage to use my blowtorch. Uh, I wouldn't do that to good old Yolanda here. She's been a good cleaner. Or Mo, this is Mo, I'm sorry. What am I talking about? Call my kids by different names now. That's how you know when you got too many printers when you can't keep their names straight, right? There's another spring. But I got one kid. He's got my name. If I forget his name, and I drank too much that day. Alright, so what I've come up with is that the see if I can show you here. These lower holes don't match up with the holes in the frame for this particular thing. It's like a little bit off. The ones that I got in here are actually, there's like a nut thread or welded on the inside. So these two are actually just screw holes with bolts that I have to probably just get my drill and drill a couple of holes in the plastic. But I'm going to put this other one on here just as a say I did kind of thing. I'll fire this puppy back up. I'm going to do some research real quick and see if there's a G code I could put in real quick for my bed height or my Z height. Not sure if that can be done through G code or not. If anybody knows exactly what it is, feel free to share in the chat. Almost there, guys, almost there. Okay, just a couple more screws to tighten up here in the front, and check on some G-code real quick. If I can't do it by G-code, I'm not going to reflash it right now because I don't need to print anything that tall right now. But kind of limited when you buy a printer that says it's 180 millimeters tall and you can only print something 140. And by default, the slicer actually creates a safe zone and won't let me slice it. I mean, I could slice it manually and go a little higher as far as my my height, but because I got a program for 140, it won't go to 130. That's it. So, all right, let's see. Should be able to. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna preheat it. Got the original one that I printed here, so I'll make sure that it will be a little bit of a. Let's see. Since I got the marker uncapped, we're gonna just put a nice number 1 on there for comparison purposes. Yo, what's up, V? V in the house. Void? Is that how you say it? Void? I'm just gonna call you V. What up, V? Was it you, V, that sent me the message about the vaping? Somebody that was in the live stream sent me a couple YouTube videos about vaping, and here I am. All right, so how we looking, folks? How we looking? Got a lot of inconsistent video or what? We're at the 2-hour mark. Pretty good timing. Things just about warmed up. Should be able to do it. Voivod. Jerry, what's up, Jerry? How we doing, buddy? Doing any tinkering? Yeah, I managed to put this thing back together without a hammer. Thank you, thank you. Besides, I don't own a hammer. I'm an electrician. I use a pair of linesmans. Yeah, I'm still. It's 11 o'clock now, so we're going on 11 hours with no cigarettes. So I was coughing like a son of a gun when I first got this thing going on, but vaping like a champ. This is the salt version. I don't know if you guys have gotten into vape, but it's like a okay, it's a van from 1966. Or was that the year you were born? All right, here we go, folks. Do a little printing. Same exact file. You're putting, oh no. I have the tough extruder on the Piper. This is a Titan though. Titan Arrow. There's a difference. Okay, this thing's just gonna go through its little probing, and then we'll be printing here in a minute. Whew. I was sweating there for a minute trying to get those screws through those little holes. Holy crap. Ah. I got screws, nuts, and washers all over my floor though. I don't know, was that a good year? Must have been a good year. All right, see what happens. Thank you guys for sticking around and hanging around for this long. I appreciate it. Yeah, I normally, the only thing I'll take a hammer to, I'll borrow a hammer just for the purpose of, you know. All right. Yeah, I just had to make sure my clip was in the right spot. I will use a hammer to find a buried wire or a buried box. You sheetrockers out there, you bury my box, and I'm going to use a hammer to find it. All right, we're about to start printing here. No, we're stuck in slow mode. Speaking of being an electrician, I found a Fluke 376. Wow. What you gonna do with that there multimeter kit? You gonna go test some wires? Anybody got a clue as to why that does that? I got my acceleration set up a lot higher than what it's moving right now, but once in a while, this is Marlin 1.1.9, but I set up the probe so I could use the probe. But yeah, Marlin 1.1.9. Well, once in a while it'll go across that bed so slow. Same with my Delta in the background. You know, sometimes it'll be like zoom right down and start printing, and other times it'll be like, what the heck, you know? Can't stop in the middle of it. And away we go. I love watching the first layer. That is definitely a much smoother movement than it was before. I can already tell. It would kind of hesitate as it was like moving in one direction and it had to come back in a different direction. It would hesitate. I can tell. Let's see. Not sure if it's better what I have, but way more than my household needs. Yeah, it's definitely a meter for sure. You can test all kinds of things. I have a 9-volt battery. Oh, that's a bad joke. I got a dirty joke when it comes to 9-volt batteries, but there's ladies present, so we won't tell dirty jokes. I got fired from a job for telling dirty jokes once, so we won't tell any dirty jokes. Let's oh, what just happened there? No, I want. There we go. Dun dun dun. We'll just keep it there so you guys can see my pretty face. Yeah, I actually have a claim that I had for 19 years as an electrician. It was less than that. It was like 18 years. Maybe even less. But I've been doing it for more than a decade, and I had never been shocked by anything more than 120. And then suddenly I got hit with 240, then I got 277, then I got some 480 hits. It's like all in one little year, and it was like not good. But that hurts, getting hit by anything more than 120. Let's see, what else have I got? I mean, I got a bunch of behind the scenes stuff that I could share, but it would kind of spoil my whole delivery system, wouldn't it? Looking good, folks, looking good. Let's hope the results show in the print. Alex! What's up, Alex? How you doing, buddy? That's the guy right there that inspired me. Hey, Alex, look what I got. And just so that you guys are sitting there and don't think that I kind of snuck one, look at that cigarette since noon is still sitting there. I haven't had a cigarette since 12 o'clock this afternoon. sticking with it. In case y'all don't know, Alex is the designer of the Piper. And he is going to get to present his invention at the Maker Faire in New York City here in a couple weeks. So I'll get to see him again. That'll be cool to hang out. All right, so while I'm, trying to quit, I'm going to try. All right, let's see if I can find some G code here. G code bed size. Let's see, is there? Dun 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 dun. Dun. Yeah, I've been smoking for 34 years. I've been smoking cigarettes. This is the salt stuff. It's the newer stuff. It's actually 50 milligrams of nicotine versus like the 6 milligrams that you get with just a regular vape. So this is like some potent stuff. So, well, I got a big bottle. It's got a little pod that comes off, and I can refill the pod, and I'm good to go. I actually was at a hang on. I got a bed adhesion problem. I think I know what happened here. Boop, 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 boop. Yep. Yeah, well, here's the thing. I've been printing on that surface for a long time without adding anything. So I also lowered the bed. Open my probe. I actually had, oh, come on. Are you kidding me? I still had this. This is my limit switch. I still had that not connected, but just like on there. I'm just wondering if tough extruder printed bracket. How does it mount? No, it's not. It's I get that little bit of nicotine buzz. I'm good. All right, let's try this again. Oh, there's something up with my computers. They're just like, no, as I was saying, I was at it was a benefit one time. There were a 2-pack of e-cigs, um, and with, a bunch of different juices and stuff. And I said that I was going to buy a bunch of raffle tickets and I was going to put it in just that. And if I won it, I was going to try to quit smoking with it. And I quit for a year and a half on the vape, and it just became, a lot of problems. And I was on a job one time and 7 guys were smoking, and I'm like, you know what? That smells good. Give me a cigarette. And I went back to it. But Alex, what I'm looking for is a G code that would allow me to change the parameters of my printer bed. I don't know if that's, possible. Let me see something here real quick. M501. Let's see, we've got auto bed. Let's see accelerations. Yeah, I don't see anything in there. Ta-da. What am I using for adhesion? Tesla Go. It is the best thing that I have found to work. All right, I'm going to keep an eye on this while I start it again. Oops. Got this tripod right in my way. If I change it in a slicer, it's not going to correspond with what my firmware says that I have. So that's the issue, is the firmware kind of dictates the parameters of the printer. Jerry, you say you're taking off, buddy? We'll see you around. Thanks for stopping. All right, let's see if I can see something here. Dun, 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 dun. Manual presets. I also have baby stepping installed, so if I have to, I can adjust that. I think that's better this time. It's hard to see. All right, I think we're good this time. All right, check the chat, see what's happening. Yeah. Well, it's not the bed, but it's the Z. Which, if I have to, like I said, I have the firmware all set up. It's just a matter of changing that one setting and redoing it. But if I can do it the easy way, I will. Let's see. Yes, this is my Marlin modified. So yes, I can easily change the settings. Let's see. G-code, printer, sizes. Dun, 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 dun. I'm doing some reading here, folks. Bear with me. Nope, nothing on that page. Well, it can be if you don't know how to troubleshoot the codes and stuff, then yeah, it can be a pain. I don't mess with any of the really detailed stuff because you don't really have to. And the new Marlin, the 1.1.9, now in 1.1.8 for my probe, I had to actually tell it how far away from the edge that I actually wanted it probed. With 1.1.9, all I had to do was put my probe offset in and my bed size and how many probe points I want, and it automatically knew where to probe. So they made some improvements on the newer firmware, that's for sure. It's not going to be on that site. Yeah, I think I'm going to end up having to reflash it. You're not set up? Do you not have a computer, a 3D printer, or a USB cable? Because that's all you need. A couple of software programs. Now, so yeah, Rover, we're going to talk about your problem. We'll talk about that on a one-on-one basis. I'll try to help you get your printer running. You wouldn't be the first guy that I got to help get a printer running remotely, so I can do it. As long as that thing stays in place and we're good to go for this one, so. Oh, let's see. Yeah, no. I know it's out there. But once this guy right here was the one that I cut my teeth on, flash and firmware and stuff like that. I once I was able and I got in there, I started on 1.1.6. I upgraded to 1.1.8, and then I upgraded to 1.1.9. But once I did my first one, I wasn't scared anymore. I still got to do my ANET. My ANET is sitting in the corner, still running the ANET firmware. So I have to do one on that one here sooner or later. I broke my mini out. I had not printed with my mini since I printed maker coins for Murph, and I was working on printing out all those sprues and everything, getting ready. I had Mo here was printing the boxes, and then I had my Maker Select Mini, my other monoprice Maker Select, and my Delta were all printing out sprues and stuff all at one time. It was pretty cool. I finally had something to work on to have, 3 or 4 printers printing. It was pretty cool. Getting used to that thing now. Ramps board is just, the Melzi board is, an Arduino based, just like the Ramps board. It's just called a different name, So just a matter of, just having the right setting in your Arduinos and your Marlin, and everything goes pretty smooth. But you can get errors. You don't set something right, and it'll let you know. And then you just got to be able to interpretate what it's telling you in order to go back and change something to make it correspond. But if you don't have one of them settings right with your switches, or when you're adding a probe onto it, you gotta have it set up right, or it just won't allow you to compile it. And then you got to know what to do. And I think a lot of guys get stuck right there, is that they get an error and then they just don't know what to do to fix it, so it discourages them. So dun, 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 dun. All right, I'm going back into Yeah, I don't want to open up any more software than I have to on this computer, so just going to leave it be for now. I'm going to print this, we'll make a comparison, and then I'll probably just end up saying good night. Doesn't go through juice very fast either, so. Yeah, that's one of the problems with those minis is the way the bed wiring is, for sure. I haven't had any problems with mine, but those things aren't easy to take apart, you know. I thought about swapping out the hot end in order to put like an E3D on it, but then I got looking at the disassembly, and I mean, you got to pretty much take the thing completely apart in order just to get the two screws that hold the extruder mount on. Nice. Got it displaying, that's a good thing. You do have to have the right display setting in order for the screen to work. Oopsie. Ron, you were saying something about that would be a good video. What were you saying? That would be a good stream? The Arduino is built into the board. So you have to have the software, the Arduino software, and that does the flashing. But the Arduino, the hardware side of it is built right into your printer motherboard. Yeah, I haven't messed with hex files yet, but there is a way that you could take a hex file and just upload it through my Raspberry Pi. But I haven't got that far yet. Can't really tell yet if there's any improvement, but let's hope there is. I'm gonna go grab a cold soda real quick. I'll be 2 seconds. All right. So one of the other things I was going to ask you guys was, Wednesday nights, my girl goes out, and I'm pretty much left to do whatever I want. A lot of times I end up making a video during that the evening, but I thought about doing like a regular live stream maybe on a Wednesday night. What would you guys think about that? You guys think that would be cool? Would you guys come? Would you guys hang out? Yeah, I yawned. That's the first one. Yeah, one res, I mean, I was in your position that the firmware side of this was intimidating. It wasn't necessarily over my head because I've worked with computers and stuff like that, but my thing was is I didn't want to do something wrong and not know how to fix it, or then not have a functioning computer printer. So I just forewent, messing with the software or the firmware until I got comfortable enough. And of course, then I had more than one printer, and I was able to. Oh, you want flashing the firmware? I mean, that takes seconds, but I could actually probably do it right now and be printing again within, a minute. Well, not minute, but all right. Well, I mean, it's just food for thought. I mean, I like to make videos. I like to edit. I like to be able to throw my little spin in there. But I mean, a live stream and hanging out once in a while. Nice. You start yawning now, but we're almost at the end of this, guys. Anyways, we've been here for almost 2 hours and 40 minutes. So, but I do appreciate you guys coming and hanging out and sticking around, and keep me company. What else got going on? Let's see. I do have several things printed that I plan on doing some casting at some point in the near future. I have been messing kind of with the maker coins because I wanted to try to get something that spoke for what my channel really speaks of. A 3D printed object that I turned into metal. There you go. Speaking of which, while I was making that video this weekend, I did set up my polisher and went to town on that Eagle, and it's so looking nice right now. I haven't revealed it yet, but it's in the garage right now, so I can't show you, but I got it all nice and shiny, so I kind of practicing making sure I got the proper tool to get it all nice and shiny. Well, this is I'm going to say an inductive. It doesn't need metal. Proximity. It's a proximity sensor. So I don't know if that's inductive or which one it is, but yeah, I actually I have 2 printers that I want to flash, 2 printers I want to add a probe to. So I might just do that. I do have to purchase a couple more probes, but down the road here. All right, we're at 1.5 or 18.5 out of 20 millimeters, so we're getting close here, guys. I can just looking at it, I can just kind of see just a much smoother of a motion than it was before. Okay, yeah, that's what it is. Now I do have an old, like when I first got my ANET, I did end up getting a sensor but it's 12 volts, and I never got it hooked up. But that's actually an inductive sensor. It needs the metal. I haven't hooked that up, but I plan on eventually having an auto leveling sensor on everything. It's just night and day trying to set things up, man. All right, we're about to, this is the last little cycle of movement. And that's all she wrote. Okay, let's see what we can see here. All right, so this is the first one. It's going to be over here. Try to see if I can get trying to get so the light will hit it just right, but it's hard to tell with just this little tiny cube. But see if I can physically see anything. Well, not really sure. But let's see, I gotta do something here real quick. All right. Well, I'm gonna print something again, but I think left is better. My left. Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting here looking at these guys, and I mean, it's hard to tell. If I was to get them underneath the magnifying glass, I might be able to see a little bit of something. I definitely know my Z height is a little off. I just changed my Z offset a little bit, but I am going to throw a benchy up because I like benchies. Have you guys seen my benchy collection? I don't know if you can see them up there. Let's see. See, all those are benchies. And then all those are benchies. So I got a lot of benchies. But that being said, one of the this is the last benchy that I printed on this printer, and let me see if I can see all them artifacts right there. That's all what I'm trying to address right there. So this is going to be my benchmark for real test. As far as the settings and stuff go, I'm not sure exactly if I'll have the exact same settings as this, but it's definitely going to give me an idea as to if there is a major difference. Now everything's working fine. Yeah, even my save folder's working. How about that? Oh, yes, a benchy farm. There's actually on this row up here, I have there's a strip of LED RGBs that go all the way up and around that. I don't have it plugged in right now, but the way the LEDs are sitting, they're just like on top of the like a strip, and it's 3M kind of sticky stuff on the back, but the space in between each one of the LEDs is exact amount of space needed for a benchy. So in between each one of those benches up there, there's actually a little light. So I was gonna, once I get that corner cleared out, I was gonna plug it in and see how it looks, but pretty cool. Play a real life version of Battleship with benchies. Sure, and some firecrackers. I don't know if I want to play any board games with you, Rover. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Um, dun, dun, dun. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? Key point. I'm reading something, by the way, just so you know. All right, well, I guess just gonna print me a benchy. It's gonna take an hour and 14 minutes. I'm not gonna keep you guys along for that, but next time I'm on a live stream, I will show you the results. So, anybody got anything else they want to say before we say goodnight? Any questions? Otherwise, I'm just going to say goodnight and let this thing print while I head myself off to La La Land. No, nobody's got anything to say. All right, we're just shy of the 3-hour mark, so I definitely think it's time to let you guys go back to your regular scheduled lives. Once again, I appreciate you hanging out and indulging me and keeping me company for this evening. Until my next video and my next live stream, I'm going to say peace out, people. Happy printing and be safe pouring. Thanks for sticking around. Have a good night, everybody. Bye. Yes, me too. Okay. Have a good night, guys.